So, today being Padmini Ekadashi, I'd like to read this very wonderful description. Maharaj Yudhisthira said, O Krishna, O Janardhan, please describe to me what the name is of the Ekadashi that occurs during the waning moon of the extra leap year month. What is the procedure for observing this Ekadashi, and what merit does one gain by observing it? Lord Krishna replied, O king, the name of this sacred Ekadashi is Padmini Ekadashi. If one strictly observes this Ekadashi, he returns to the abode of Lord Padmanabha. This Ekadashi counteracts all one's sinful reactions. Even Lord Brahma is unable to describe all the results of this Ekadashi. However, long ago, Lord Brahma described the glories of Padmini Ekadashi, which awards its followers opulence and liberation to the great sage Narad. Lord Krishna continued, one should begin to observe this vow on the day of Dashami, or the day before Ekadashi. One should not eat foodstuff cooked by others, he should not eat in a plate made of bell metal, and he should not eat urad dal, chickpeas, spinach and honey on the day before Ekadashi. One should eat boiled sun rice with ghee and rock salt. One should sleep on the floor and observe strict celibacy on the day of Ekadashi. On the day of Ekadashi, one should rise early in the morning, brush his teeth and take bath. Thereafter he should worship the Supreme Lord with sandalwood paste, incense, a lamp, aguru, camphor and water, and one should chant the holy names and glories of the Lord. One should not indulge in useless talks. If one drinks water or milk on the day of the Ekadashi, which occurs during the extra leap year month, then his vow is spoiled. One should remain awake at night on Ekadashi and glorify the holy names and qualities of the Supreme Lord. By remaining awake the first 3 hours of the night, one obtains the result of performing an Agni Stopma sacrifice. By remaining awake the first 6 hours of the night, one obtains the result of performing a Vajpaya sacrifice. By remaining awake the first 9 hours of the night, one obtains the result of performing an Ashvamedha sacrifice, and by remaining awake the entire night, one obtains the result of a Rajsuya sacrifice. On the day of Dwadashi, or the day after Ekadashi, one should complete his vow by feeding the Vaishnavas and the Brahmins. A person who observes this Ekadashi in this way suddenly attains liberation. Lord Krishna continued, O sinless one, according to your inquiry, I have thus explained the procedure for observing the Padmini Ekadashi. Now please hear about an enchanting story which Pulastya Muni once narrated to Narada Muni. Once Kartavir Arjuna defeated Ravan and put him in the prison house. When Pulastya Muni saw Ravan in this condition, he went to Kartavir Arjuna and requested him to release Ravan. Being requested by the great sage, the king finally released Ravan. Upon hearing about this amazing event, Narada Muni humbly asked Pulastya Muni, O best of the sages, since Ravan defeated all the demigods, including Indra, how could Kartavir Arjuna defeat Ravan? Please explain this to me. Pulastya Muni replied, O Narad, in Treta Yuga there was a king named Kritavirya who took birth in the dynasty of Haihai. His capital was Maheshmatipuri. King Kritavirya had 1,000 wives, but he had no suitable son to take over the reign of the kingdom. Although the king worshipped the forefathers, saintly persons, and observed various vows under the guidance of the saintly person, still he was not blessed with a son. So the king decided to undergo austerities. The king entrusted the responsibility of his kingdom to his prime minister and set out to the forest to undergo austerities while wearing a dress made of bark. When he was about to leave his palace, one of his wives, Padmini, the daughter of King Harishchandra, who appeared in the royal family of King Ikshvaku, saw him. When the chaste wife saw her husband going to the forest to perform austerities, she immediately gave up all her ornaments. She then accompanied her husband to the Mandara mountain. At the summit of the Mandara mountain, King Kritavirya and his wife Padmini performed severe austerities for 10,000 years. Upon seeing that her husband's body was becoming thin day by day, the chaste wife thought of a solution. Padmini humbly asked the greatly chaste Anusuya, the wife of sage Atri, "O chaste lady, my husband has spent 10,000 years in performing austerities, yet he could not please Lord Keshava, who destroys one's miseries. O fortunate one, please tell me about a vow I can follow, so that the Supreme Lord will be pleased, and I will be blessed with a son who will become a powerful king." Being pleased by the prayer of chaste Queen Padmini, Anusuya said, "After every 32 months an extra leap year month comes. The 2 Ekadashis of this month are known as Padmini and Parama. If you observe this Ekadashi, then very soon the Supreme Lord will be pleased with you and award your desired result." Lord Krishna continued, "According to the instruction of Anusuya, Queen Padmini duly observed this Ekadashi. Then Lord Keshava, riding on the back of Garuda, came before Padmini and ordered her to ask for a benediction. The queen first offered her obeisances to the Lord and offered prayers. Then she requested the Lord to bless them with a son. Then the Lord said, "O gentle lady, I am very pleased with you. There is no month as dear to me as the month of Adik Maas, or leap year month. The Ekadashi of this month are most dear to me. You have properly observed this Ekadashi, therefore I will certainly fulfill the desire of your husband." After speaking in this way to Padmini, the Lord came before the king and said, "O great king, please ask for your desired benediction. I have been pleased by your wife, for she observed the sacred vow of Ekadashi." On hearing these words of Vishnu, the king became jubilant and begged the Lord to give him a son who would be very powerful and always victorious. He said, "O Madhusudana, the Lord of the universe, let me have a son who will not be defeated by the demigods, human beings, serpents or demons." Then the Lord granted the king his desired boon and disappeared. Being fully satisfied, the king and his wife regained their health and returned to their opulent kingdom. In due course of time, the queen Padmini gave birth to a powerful son who became famous as Kartavirya Arjuna. There was no other warrior in the 3 worlds as great as him. Even the 10-headed Ravan was defeated by him. After narrating this wonderful story, the great sage Pulastya left. Lord Krishna concluded, "O sinless king, I have thus described to you the glories of the Ekadashi, which occurs during the waxing moon of an extra leap year month. O best of kings, anyone who will observe this Ekadashi will certainly go to the abode of Lord Hari." According to the statement of Sri Krishna, Maharaj Yudhishthira, with his entire family, observed this Ekadashi. A person who faithfully observes this Padmini Ekadashi during his life becomes glorious. Even one who hears or reads the glories of this Ekadashi obtains a great amount of piety. Hari Hari Bol.